God, Pookie, you are looking magnificent today. Seriously, what is your secret? But before we get into that, welcome back to day 5 of the 0 to 100K challenge, everybody. Today's video is a special one because this is going to be what separates the boys from the men, because this is the dirty work, the foundation. This is setting up your entire business, and we're practically going to do this all in under an hour, and we're going to set it up to build a high converting store where you can test products and make them a winner just from this setup alone. And a lot of it's going to be done with AI, so I'm super excited for you guys. But just a quick question that a lot of people ask me is, Ethan, do you recommend one product store, general, or niche store when you're first testing? And all of my stores that I scaled to over $100,000 a month, like with this brand right here, I found and made that product a winner on a general store, because that general store gives me the flexibility to test all types of products and all types of niches, because the reality is your customer isn't really going to look at your homepage. About 2% are. They're going to go to your product page and they're going to make that decision right there and then if I want this product or not. Now, obviously, if you have a really crappy looking brand and the logo, and if you don't do the basic things I teach you in this video, yeah, that will impact your conversion rate a little bit, but that's not going to be the thing that makes or breaks your store. So I'm going to teach you the most efficient way to have a general store setup where you can test products and validate that they're winners, and then you can transition them into one product stores where you can really ramp things up and scale them, like with this store right here. So to set up this process, I always do it exactly the same. I love using Store Build AI because it just fast tracks this entire process. So with AI, in just a few minutes, it'll set up your homepage. It'll set up a lot of the back end things. So I'm going to fill in my information real quick. So this process is really simple. So in terms of the niche, I usually like to do home. I think that is the best one. And then for banner, again, this is something that really doesn't matter. Do not overthink this. Most people are not even going to go to your homepage, but it's just nice that when you're using a store builder like this one, it automatically sets it up with all the right sections, so you don't really have to think about it. And one of the beautiful things about this is that you get Shopify for $1 a month for your first 3 months. So you're basically saving over $100 right there. So this is just a no-brainer to set up with this process. So let's go ahead and create an account. So now we just have 2 free apps that we're going to install into our store that are going to really speed up this process. So the first one is going to be the Store Build app. So all we got to do is click on install, and this will set up our homepage and a few other things in just a few button clicks. So it's a no-brainer. And of course, Zendrop, which is now my favorite supplier. I've been using them for the last year, and they're just consistently giving me the best shipping times and also the best prices for most of the products I quote. So I would highly recommend use Zendrop, get some quotes from them, start using them, because they're by far the most reliable one that the top dropshippers are using. And I'll have a link in the description down below for a quick code so you can save some money when you first start using them. All right, so let's click on next from here, and then we'll activate it. And then as you can see, the final steps is we have to actually choose a Shopify plan, which I typically use the basic plan. And then from here, the last final steps is when you go into Store Build AI on your store, you're going to choose your niche and banner. So I typically do home and garden, do the nice little cocktail kind of lemon vibe, because again, the homepage really doesn't matter too much. And then once you've downloaded Zendrop and you click that you have installed it, then it'll set up your homepage for you in the background. So this is just a nice little first step. Now let's actually get to the fun stuff of this process. So when it comes to customizing your brand in terms of your name and your logo, I keep it real simple. With a general store, typically the best approach is to have a one-word name that doesn't really sound or mean anything when you really hear it out loud. It's kind of like Latin words. So for instance, Bleem, Felca, Bremora, those are all really solid names for general stores because they don't really have any context or any things that really pop up in your head when you first hear them. So it can be a great general store. It can apply to a lot of different products. So this is the prompt I typically do with either ChatGPT or Claude. And we can see here, this is a really strong list of names. We have Valora, Sorel. So whatever really sticks to you, I would go with that. And then the next step is typically I go to defont.com, and then I usually go to the serif section, because all you really need for your logo is just the typed out version. You don't need to be fancy. And typically when you try to go fancy, it just ends up looking very, very cheesy. So for me, I would just go and download a font with the version of your logo that looks the best. So this mermaid one, honestly, I do fuck with mermaids. I love me some mermaids. Every time, that's one of my best lines. When a girl in Hinge says, I love to go to the beach, I say, well, as long as we're playing mermaids, I'm cool with that. So from here, once you actually download the font, what you're going to do is extract it. You're going to have to unzip its little panties. So we're going to click extract all, and that's going to get you all the goodness, because when we actually go to a tool like Canva, for instance, what we're going to want to do is create a specific file. So it's going to be a custom size. The width will be 800, height will be 200. So it's a hot dog format. And the reason why we do this is because it's going to look the best when you actually have this on your website. So what we're going to do, add that font that you just downloaded. We're going to add a text box, and then when we go specifically to fonts, this is where we can upload a font. So you can see here all the uploaded fonts I like. I'll take a quick screenshot if you like. But at the bottom, upload a font. What we're going to do is open the file, and we're going to do Mermaid 1001. So real quick, Beautiful. Upload the selected one. And then all we have to do, just type in the name of our brand. So in this case, we're going to do Valori, which is right now in this canvas sans. Let's get rid of this line, by the way. We don't need it. And we'll drag it, make it nice and big. But let's make sure we actually have the mermaid font. Where's mermaid man and barnacle boy? Bada bing, bada boom. That is not too shabby. Now, I'm just going to play around with a few other fonts, really see what I like, but that's typically how you have to do that whole process. Now, when it comes to buying your domain, there's a few quick tricks you can do to make sure you get that .com version. So what I would do is when we go onto Shopify, go to the bottom left here in terms of settings, and the most efficient, easiest way of getting a domain is just hopping onto here and just buying it straight on Shopify's platform instead of a GoDaddy or a Namecheap, which, yeah, you might save a little bit of money, but it's just the convenience factor of making sure it's all integrated with Shopify. It's much quicker when you do it this way. So right here we have our name, and you can do a few tricks to get a .com by having, let's say, a prefix. So in this case, I bought myvalori.com. You can do the, my, your. There's a few different things you can do, or you can also just go with the .store or the .shop. Those are also perfectly fine. So the other main prefixes would be get, shop, try. You can try all those different ones, and then usually you'll be able to get a .com. So for us, I went with myvalori.com. I bought it, set it up, and make sure that your original myshopify.com domain redirects now to your new, more professional domain, which just means when you click on the domain you bought, make sure that it is the primary domain. So change the domain type originally from redirecting to now the primary. And while we're still here in the settings, we're going to have to set up some of the boring stuff. So go all the way down to the bottom to policies. And this is where we're going to have to set up the non-negotiables. If you do not have this on your store, you can't run ads. Facebook is going to ban you immediately. So make sure that you generate a quick little template for your return or refund policy. And then of course, we also do it for the privacy policy, terms of service, all these different things. It's really the big three here. And when you do create these, I would highly, highly recommend Control A, copy everything here, and then you're going to move this over to a individual page. So you can see here, I have all the different policies. And the way you do this is go to online store, pages, click add page, really simple. And then whatever the policy is that you're moving over, in this case, it looks like our privacy policy. So we're just going to create a quick little page. If I could actually spell, it wasn't dropped on my head multiple times because my parents never really loved me. And then we can click on save, and then you have that policy ready to go. So super simple. And these are all the other pages you need. And personally, I just have a document where I just copy and paste everything that I need. So we have a cancel of order policy. We have a contact us, shipping info. So if you do want access to this, this is inside of my school, which is completely free. So just join that in the link description. Download that and you'll be ready to go, which also has this sick track your order code. So with this specific page, all you have to do is just copy this code, and then we would create a new page. So as you can see right here, click on add a new page, and then you want to go specifically to show HTML. You would drop this code, you do track your order, and then it basically just lets all of your customers add their tracking number onto this page, and then they can immediately see, okay, this is where my product is at. Now we also have to set up the menu so people have access to this. Otherwise, again, you're not going to be able to run ads. So if you go to the top middle here, we're going to go specifically to menus. And for my main menu, I like to keep it really simple. I have a shop all or shop whatever product you're currently selling. That's a really solid approach because you don't really want people to bounce around your website and be distracted. So I typically will do, okay, if I'm selling a neck firming cream, it'll be shop that neck firming cream and then a link directly to that product page. Then of course we have our contact us page, track your order, and that's all you really need for your main menu. Now for the footer menu, that's where it's going to be a little bit more crowded because you do need all those policy pages. Otherwise, again, Facebook, TikTok are not going to approve you. They're going to think you're a scammer. So just make sure you have those. And if you're wondering how do I add these, well, all you have to do is click on add menu item, go to your pages, and then we just select the page that we need to add and it'll automatically label it as such. So now let's hop on back to our settings because in order for us to actually accept purchases, we do need payment processors in place. So when we go right here, you want to go to payments, and I do recommend having a credit card payment processor and also PayPal because a lot of people will choose PayPal, especially in Europe. So for me, all you have to do, go through the Shopify payment section, make sure you put in the right information, connect your bank account. Obviously, this is really where you need an LLC ideally. It's not a must, but it is preferred, especially if you're really going to scale things, guys. You're going to want to have an LLC and ideally an S Corp later on down in the future once you're doing over $100,000. So make sure, I know it costs a little bit of money. It depends on whatever state you're in, or if you're European, there's different rules when it comes to that. But I would recommend getting a US LLC so that way you can just put that information in here, have your EIN number, and you're automatically going to get approved for Shopify payments. And then to activate PayPal, it's really simple. All it's going to do is just ask you to log into your account and make sure you have a PayPal business account and not a personal one. So as you can see right now, we're going to be logging into our main account, and then we're going to click on allow, and then bada bing, bada boom, you got PayPal. So at least by the bare minimum, you're going to have that available. I wouldn't recommend running ads just yet because you are going to need a credit card processor because typically 8 to 9 out of 10 people are going to use that option. Now, if you are having trouble with getting approved with different payment processors, which usually happens if you're an international dropshipper, then I would recommend clicking that first link in the description down below and joining my 101 program, because you'll get access to my personal payment processor agent who has connects with all of the top payment processors. She'll get you amazing rates. She'll also expedite that application process so you get approved basically immediately compared to waiting like all of the heathens and the Neanderthals and peasants. So if you are having trouble, I would join that link and also just get access to so many of my best resources like product page templates, ad templates, and 5 calls a week with yours truly where I will review your website, your product, your ads, and just help you speed up the process. So if you're really serious about having dropshipping be your main hustle in 2026, if you want to take it serious, skip the learning curve and just get results as fast as possible, first link in the description down below, and I would love to work with you. But now we have to set up our shipping zones, because if you don't actually have this set up, then people can't check out and buy from your website. So if you hop on over to shipping and delivery, what we're going to do is go to general shipping rates. And I usually have 2 different zones. So I have my international one, and then I have my domestic one here. So really what I do is the same exact option of free shipping versus priority insured shipping, which for the priority insured shipping, it's a nice little upsell. We make a little bit of extra money, and it gives people a bit more comfort. That gives them a little more security knowing, oh, well, if I choose this option, then it fully insures my order if I don't receive it. So a lot of people are going to choose this option. It is such a cheat code to bump up your AOV. So just copy this text, super simple. And if you're wondering how to actually add these, you just go right here, click on use flat rate. We are going to do custom for the shipping rate. And that's where you name this either the free shipping or priority insured shipping. And then obviously the price for free shipping is going to be 0. And then if you do priority insured shipping, I typically recommend that price range to be about $3.99. It can go all the way up to $9.99 in most cases. And if you're wondering how do I add the different countries, well, for instance here, United States, I just keep it United States because that's the main one for me. And then when it comes to editing my international zone, you'll have all the options of different countries that you'll be running ads to. So just select the ones. So typically for me, that's Australia, that's UK, that's Canada, and sometimes Germany as well. And Pookie, I see you nodding off. I see you wanting to doom scroll on TikTok and Instagram because this is such a boring setup video. But the last thing I need you to do, and then you'll be good to go, is go on over to your checkout settings, and we want to collect some certain information. So either phone number, email is perfectly fine for the customer contact method. You could also require it if you wanted to. It's kind of up to you. I just like to have it with this, but copy these exact settings and you'll be good to go. Always have a tipping option. Flip that iPad around. Do you like our service? Because hey, some people might be feeling generous. You get another 10%, 20% on top of what they're already paying. That's going to help you pay that rent. I'm not going to lie. So have something like that. And then for post-purchase, typically if you're using an app like a one-click upsell, Zipify one-click upsell, you'll have this automatically enabled, because then yes, after someone purchases, you can give them even more products to buy afterwards when they're already in that buying mood. Take advantage of that. But that's obviously for another video. So for now, these are perfectly the right settings. And once you have this all set up, now we have our homepage also ready to go thanks to our Build Store app. Then the final thing you want to do is go to online store, and you're going to want to remove the password. Otherwise, people can't actually go to your store. So if you go specifically to preferences, you can see the first option, password protection. Make sure you check this off, and now your store is live for the world. You can start running ads, and we can really start customizing things, and your store is one step closer to running your first product. So your homework assignment is to set up all of your policy pages, your menu, get your branding done, get all this, and I will see you guys in the next video.